That's not usually the ratio, though. It's usually like 3-4 hours game, half hour
the
episode.
One thing Mr. Serene needed to survive. Dr. Amaral. That made you priority one.
Yeah, they made that clear. Monarch lined every escape route with barricades, roadblocks. I had to get to the mainland, but I couldn't do it by car. Needed a new plan.
All right, let's go.
Oh, I was hoping we'd actually get to play the car.
I think I'm gonna need a ride. The streets are too hot.
Alright, where do you want me?
I'll let you know as soon as I find some higher ground and get a good look at the situation on the bridge. I think
All
it
right,
might
here
be
we
a
go. All right. Oh, right there. Suck it in, suck it in. Got some chronon. That gets us up to 3 points, and I think we need 6 for our next upgrades. There's one that costs 4. I think it's just 6 is the ones that we'd actually want. Oh. Okay, there's another one. Oh, right there. Okay, how do I get up? Oh, I see it. I see it.
I'm looking at the bridge right now. It's a lot of Monarch. I don't know, maybe you could sneak across?
Well, maybe.
Or I could pick you up. Let me know. I'm pretty exposed out here, so try to make it fast.
I'll be a lot better when you get me on that boat. Monarch's right on my ass. I'm not exactly making friends out here. How's Dr. Amaral?
Still kicking and screaming. How long do you need to get here?
That depends. Let me check.
Check out another one of these awesome paintings.
Paul. What the actual fuck? Better get inside before the chopper spots me.
Any detected? No. All right. I wonder who it's. Is it Dr. Amaral that's been doing all these paintings? Because all those paintings in Serene's office made me think it was him collecting her work, because he seemed to have a thing for her.
Still there?
Yeah, just looking for a viewpoint.
Oh, TV. Oh, is it going to be of Night Springs? This game has a connection to Alan Wake.
So, we don't know where he is. We can't find him. So we need to look into a replacement.
Night Springs? I love Night Springs.
All ponies are made of butter in Night Springs. Ah!
It's a horrible narration.
Lots of the Kratzu things happening in Gitu of Nigat Springs.
Thank you.
All ponies are made of butter in Night Springs.
We know the old dance, the fortunate and the destitute. The haves and the have-nots. Those who dine at the table and those who starve in the street. But the tables can be but the tables can be turned. The gluttonous consumer may find himself the consumable resource. Do that again.
Oh, these are horrible reads. Are they supposed to be cold reads?
And yet, that is the fate that awaits you in Night Fringe.
It's Night Springs.
Night Cringe.
Springs.
Bright Blings.
Night Springs.
Fright. Whinge.
Jesus.
I like the Fringe reference.
We know the old dance. The fortunate and the destitute. The haves and the have-nots. Those who dine at the table and those who starve in the street, but the tables can be turned. The gluttonous consumer may find himself the consumable resource in Night Springs.
Despite him not seeming to give a damn, that was one of the best. Not as good as the ones in Alan Wake. I was actually kind of hoping it'd be more like the X-Files-y twist that we saw at the beginning, referring to Alan Wake, and not just a Night Springs episode. But hey, I'll take what I can get.
We still have no visual on Joyce or Wilder. Doing another sweep.
I can't stay here long, Jack. You're gonna need to be quick.
Yeah, about that.
Bad news?
Reoccurring theme of the night. I'm looking at the bridge right now. If I go anywhere near that thing, there's gonna be innocent people caught in the crossfire.
All right. Any bright
Thanks for your
ideas?
patience, folks. We'll have you on your way again soon.
Let me see. There's a pier under the bridge. You should be able to meet me there with the boat. A giant gas sign out front. Can't miss it.
It's nice and bright for Monarch to see.
There's not a lot of options. Switching to Monarch frequencies. Be in touch soon.
All right, I'll be there in a few minutes. Don't stand me up.
Seems like she has some security issues.
Okay, how are we getting down there? Where's the fire pole?
For those of you just tuning in, the manhunt continues as authorities search for Jack Joyce, the suspect in last night's university terror attack. Joyce may also have been involved in a firefight at the Monarch Mansion on Gull Island approximately 30 minutes ago. On the line, we have Ken Bukowski, a bridge operator for the Port Donnelly Bridge. Ken, what can you tell us about the situation out there?
Hey, I just want to give a shout out to my little guy. Hey, Ben, hope you're listening.
Isn't it past his bedtime?
He'll be up reading those Hunger Games books if I know him. But, yeah, I'm just out here in the control booth overlooking the bridge. Monarch's got a roadblock set up, checking all the cars as they go through. It's all very well organized. I got a nice young fellow from Monarch up here, Darren, doing some kind of lookout from above. He's not a coffee drinker, so there must be something wrong with him. No, but we're in good hands. Even though it's not cops at the roadblock.
Yes, Ken, Monarch is working to assist the police in the hunt for Jack Joyce. I know some people have asked, does Monarch have the authority to do this? Well, my question is, if not Monarch, then who? I think we need to recognize that we are currently in a state of crisis. Why isn't Joyce behind bars? If the police are overwhelmed, then I say we take all the help we can get. Monarch is the only thing keeping this city safe. Am I right, Ken?
I guess that makes sense.
You bet it does. I suggest we stop asking why they're helping us and start helping them. But that's just me. We're opening the lines for your thoughts, Riverport, right after this.
And I'm sure the fact that Monarch owns the broadcast company that she works for has nothing to do with her saying that it's all
Excuse me, sir. We're helping the police looking for a terrorist. Have you seen anything out of the ordinary? Is that the guy who blew up the library? James Joyce? Jack Joyce, yeah. You see
Here we go.
anything out of the ordinary? Well, I mean, there's a sports car parked in the streets back there. It's kind of rad.
Oh, there's another one just outside.
Please, show me where. Right now.
Damn it. Better hurry.
Oh, stutter. Oh, come on. He's got to learn to monopolize those to get ahead. He's one of very few people that moves during a stutter.
All right.
A terrorist known as...
Ooh, check out that skybox. That looks awesome.
For your continued patience, please talk to one of our security personnel if you have anything to report.
Going down. See, now move as fast as you can. Oh crap, there's one of those guys that can move regardless. Ooh, I got the machine! Sweet! Burst pistol instead of the heavy gun. Can you reload?
My plan to meet Beth went out the window as soon as the stutter hit.
Her boat couldn't get to you.
No, but it gave me an opportunity to climb up on the bridge and cross it. Slip right past Monarch, more or less undetected.
I should get up on that bridge and make my way across it before this stutter ends.
If that's the case, though, we got time to... It's a story event. We can do a quick search, make sure we're not missing any of the upgrade points. Or even better yet, some ammo for our main gun. I don't want to switch over to the crappy gun they're using. Look it in. All right,
that's it.
Enough for an upgrade, I think. All right, we fully upgraded Time Rush. We could upgrade our shield. Anti-Monarch trade. Is it just above us? Gotta be, right? That's a sweet, very Akira-inspired effect.
The scene on the bridge was unreal. They weren't cops. They had no authority to do this. But the Monarch PR machine had done its job.
Joyce.
Here they were, the heroes protecting everybody.
And you were the terrorist.
Yeah.
Man, I'm not the one you should be scared of, guy.
You know Wilder is on the list too? Or Fiona Miller? Oh, those are... Wait, wanted? Have you seen these two? Charlie Wincott and Fiona Miller, sought in connection with recent terror events. Do not approach. Please contact Monarch Solutions with any information as their whereabouts. I guess maybe because the one guy was helping Hatch, and he kind of helped her.
Super cool, man. This is going on Facebook right now.
The Windows Phone. It's hilarious.
Listen, if you see him, don't try to approach him. Just call the number, okay?
It's even worse than my passport picture.
Wanted. Jack Joyce. Subject is armed and extremely dangerous. It is a bad picture.
Just watch yourself there, sir. That's hot.
I thought I saw it interact. Yeah, there it is. There we go.
Just be patient, folks. We're just making sure everybody's safe.
Field order update, Dr. Sophia Emerald. Please, field order update, Dr. Sophia Emerald. All field operatives, be advised that Dr. Sophia Emerald is now considered a compromised asset. Earlier reports that she was kidnapped from Gull Island by Jack Joyce should be disregarded. She's now believed to have been complicit in the events and involved in the explosion that destroyed vital medical supplies. The investigation is ongoing, but for the time being, she is to be detained if spotted. If she cannot be captured, she should be considered a priority target who should under no circumstance be allowed to escape. You think after he found out Hatch is the bad guy that he can trust her? Because if Hatch was lying and she's trustworthy, she would be trustworthy.
Honestly, I can't see him showing up here.
And it seemed like he realized at the end there that he had to swap over to trust, like, have him arrested, so surely he knows to trust her. Okay, I already got that one. That one and that one. I think I got everything. Let's go. Oh, here we are. Oh, I see guns everywhere. We're about to have a big fight, I bet. Oh, shit. An armored guy that's got anti-time attack on him?
Thanks for the heads up.
Oh shit. My shield won't go up. It needs to charge. I need ammo. There's a reload over there. I wonder if we can hit him with a time bomb. Nope. Not in there nearly long enough. Find him. Need ammo. Oh, he got me. No. I thought I was doing really good. I guess I was a little too close for that last shot. All right, let's make sure we still got all those bonus. Yeah, we're at 90%. On the collectibles, let's see, there is one Chronon thing we haven't gotten. Hope I haven't missed it. I don't see any other bright glowy bit. Unless I did a bad job searching down below. I think that's just the light. Alright. Well, let's try that again without maybe dying. Just a thought.
Time to move.
Suck it! I just wanted to stop inside the bubble. I've seen Chronicle of Riddick. You aim where they're going, not where they are. We gotta run behind him. One. That was a much better hit this time. Fast run. I don't think I hit it that time. That definitely did not hit. Alright, we need to get a clean shot on his back. There we go. Inside the healing bubble for a second. Ready. There we go. That's
okay.
More like it.
Okay, good. It's cool. Just gotta make it across the bridge and get clear.
That can't be good for the time-space continuum, right? We're setting off little time bomb, like literal time bombs, aren't we? Okay, we could change the shotgun to the light machine gun. As much as I like that submachine or the LMG, I think the shotgun's got more use. Let's get up onto the bridge. I'm hoping the last Chronon thing's up top. Like maybe right about there? Just saying. You can see how that would be missable. It's kind of right in your face, but still kind of missable because you'd be looking at the ladder to go down. It's a game dev thing they like to do. They like to have it like right in your face, so when you miss it, you feel like you're an idiot. Alright, here we go. Oh, time's going again. Was it not flowing during the time thing? Like I thought during the stutter, all time's frozen, not just local. So how did that thing not stop for the bridge? Well, there's some seriously wibbly wobbly timey wimey shit going on here.
This is so bad.
How are they gonna blame this on us?
I knew I'd be dead if the stutter collapsed while I was in the frozen crash. I had to reach solid ground, and the deck of the cargo ship was my best bet. Just had to find a way down.
Can we not like rewind time or something? Maybe stop this?
Now what?
Frozen crash was a mess. Somehow I had to find my way across, hope for the best.
Oh, maybe I didn't. It looked like I did. Whew. Yeah, this is a cool sequence.
I kept heading downwards, towards the cargo ship.
Probably the safest place to be, honestly.
The route down wasn't exactly user-friendly. The fracture was getting much worse. Timelines getting scrambled. Caught in violent loops, off sync. Crashing into each other. This was what the end of time would look like. Everything was broken. In chaos. Frozen. And no one would know.
Come on, hold still. Okay. Come on, come on, come on.
Come on, keep moving. Don't stop. I don't know about you, but that hole looked like it would be big enough to dive through.
Objects were moving out of time, out of order, entire timelines overlapping. And it was gonna get worse, unless we could stop it.
That was one hell of a cool sequence.
You don't understand the power you're wielding. You need to hand this technology over to Monarch. I've prepared for what happens next.
You say you're prepared, but no part of this plan of yours involves stopping it from happening.
Even if I fix William's machine, what could you possibly hope to achieve? The end of time is coming. There's no way to—
Hey! This isn't a debate. I just watched a ship fast forward through a fucking bridge. Time is running out, and the fracture's getting worse by the minute.
And it cannot be stopped. Paul has been to the end of time. He's witnessed it firsthand. Can't you see? We prepared for what's next out of necessity.
Your research is based on work by William Joyce. You respected him. He knew that the fracture would occur, but he also knew that it could be fixed.
Yeah, the guy that invented
Will
the
built a
entire
way to stop the
science
fracture.
says it can be stopped.
This. The countermeasure. We're traveling to the past to retrieve it. You can help us get there faster. Or you can agree to disagree.
Disagrees. And
I'll
with the
have to run
point.
diagnostics on the machine. I can't promise anything before that.
Amy, take Amaral to the machine. Keep an eye on her.
Sure thing.
I like Amy.
Okay, Doctor, let's go.
The doctor's a hot little shorty herself.
I can see right through you. Don't try anything stupid. You will regret it.
Yeah, I like Amy.
Jack, before we head downstairs, we have to talk about something.
Beth's 2010 plan. Beth's chart and plans for the plan to travel to 2010 and steal the countermeasure. Doesn't look like there's a lot going on there.
Okay, what's up?
It's about the plan. If Amaral gets the machine working...
We go back to yesterday and undo all of this.
Listen. In the video Will left for me, he said the countermeasure was stolen from his workshop on July 4th, 2010. He also said I took it. Maybe I did, Jack. We have a time machine.
You're saying we go to 2010. We steal it.
If Will was right, that would mean it wouldn't be a change. We take the countermeasure, bring it to the present, fix the fracture, save the world.
Okay. Explain to me why that's a better plan than just going back to yesterday and preventing all this from happening in the first place.
Because I'm afraid that based on what I know about time travel, we can't change anything. The past has already happened. We can't change it. But my way, we don't have to.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, my plan still feels simpler. Let's just get the machine working.
But you're assuming that he was right that you took it, and not that it was just taken and he thought you took it. And just because it's like the whole idea that like once something's happened, it's fixed. What if the initial event fractured time, causing a deviation? We're off on this loop. It goes around to the time where he was there, then he goes back, then comes forward, and then comes back again, and to loop back around to get to the original timeline. Like, it might have, like, slivers that seem like a future and a past that's deviant from what originally happened, and it just leads back in a weird loop to what would be the proper way, you know what I mean? Because there is debates on how time travel would work, whether it is cause it, like it's all within one timeline, or if it's like divergent lines. But oh, what's this?
This was the guy delivering the speech at the gala. Potential ally?
Not even close.
Martin Hatch, what we know. Facts gathered by Fiona Miller so far. Joined in 2001. Became Serene's chief advisor around 2007. No records before 2001. Who was he? Where did he come from? Working against Monarch? Possible. Links to the following. Death of Dr. Kim, unconfirmed. Alone with Dr. Kim at time of death. Death occurred just as Kim was on verge of a solution to Serene's time sickness. University time machine sabotage, unconfirmed. Miscalculations on purpose. Hatch seen in lab. Assistance in Fiona's kidnapping, confirmed. Directed Monarch while kidnapping. Involved. Was present outside of Dr. Kim's lab when the lab was destroyed. Accused Sophia of being responsible for the help. Responsible for this help Charlie Wincott escape, confirmed. Currently helping Charlie reach Monarch Tower. Undetected, disobeyed direct orders from Paul Serene. Wants access to the CFR. Potentially desires to sabotage lifeboat protocol. Sabotaging Serene. Motive. Secretly assuring Serene's downfall. Wants to take over Monarch. Why? Sabotaging Monarch's survival plan from within. No possible reason for this. Doesn't believe countermeasures could stop fracture. Not a potential ally. Works for Monarch. Therefore believes end of time is inevitable. Then why attempt to sabotage lifeboat protocol? Because I think he thinks it is stoppable. Just because he works for Monarch doesn't mean he believes everything Monarch thinks. Like, she went inside to work from within to stop it. Why couldn't he?
Hello, Riverport. Well, it's been a rough night for us. The collision at the Port Donnelly Bridge that has claimed multiple lives is still being investigated. At least a dozen people are confirmed dead, and investigators say they expect to find more bodies, some of which are predicted to be found in the cars at the bottom of the river. The cause of the accident remains unclear. Adding to the confusion are conflicting reports from shipboard personnel and those on dry land. The captain of the cargo ship insists that the bridge was up and the route was clear. However, some people shoreside claim the cargo ship was approaching the bridge at high speed, despite the bridge having not yet been raised. Others express surprise at the ship's presence, claiming that they do not see its approach at all. The investigation is still ongoing. We'll keep you posted.
Evidence of what I was saying. It's divergent timelines.
Disaster will affect us in more ways than one. With the Port Donnelly Bridge out of commission, heavy congestion is expected on the other routes across the river, and we now have reports coming in of multiple car crashes all over Riverport. So you will want to reserve enough time for your trip today if you're traveling by car. Stay safe out there. Hopefully we can all get back to normal soon.
They could be claiming it's just that one was seeing, like, he was seeing a different, into, like, the future than that. I think it shows that he was seeing completely different timelines, where the bridge was never blocked off to begin with, perhaps. Or it's just a different time period. But still, time's all messed up, why not? Maybe the normal function of time wouldn't allow for divergent timelines, but with time being all screwed, like foobarred like it is, maybe that opens the possibility for messing around with, like, the status quo, and allows you to do things you
Dr. Amaral's doing with the time machine.
wouldn't have otherwise been able to.
Yeah.
I don't think we can trust her. The way she looked at the countermeasure like she's seen it before, she knows what it does.
You think Will told her about it?
No, I think she's seen it at Serene.
Will was never the kind to open up.
I can relate.
Will takes it to the next level. When we were kids, the only way that Will could express anything important to me was by informing my stuffed giraffe when I was in the room.
That's precious. And weird.
Actually, I think we got all the secrets in this area. No, maybe not. Lots of collectibles, okay. In that case, let's take a quick walk around, make sure there's nothing. Time is breaking more, so maybe there's new fractures to collect. Nothing within range. All right.
Did she find anything?
I'm not sure. I'll go check.
Jack, you've got to see this.
You should give Amaral a hand over there.
Okay, but first, you need to check out the intel I uncovered.
All right. What is all this?
I uploaded all the files I stole on that USB stick from the Monarch security station. I also found a video of your brother. It's on that TV. You're gonna want to see
how Dr. Amaral's doing.
Everything else I printed out and put on tables over there.
What's on the computer?
Monarch files I uploaded, and I kept the juiciest stuff on screen for you.
From Sophia Amaral, Dream Journal 5 to Manuel Porretta. Dr. Porretta, I am attaching Paul Serene's most recent entry in his dream journal. I am growing increasingly concerned with the meaning behind these dreams, but I need a second opinion. I can treat Paul's sickness, really as far as I can determine. The Chronon Syndrome is more a metaphysical condition than an actual medical issue. But I'm a physicist. I'm very much out of my depth with all this. This exercise was meant to help alleviate stress to ease Paul's symptoms, but so far it has resulted in the opposite. Time is of the essence. His condition is getting worse by the day. 5th entry. Alright, here it is. To Sophia Amaral, Paul's journal, number 5. My 5th M3. I recalled moving through a wheat field that once belonged to my grandparents. I pressed the wheat stalks to the side of my hands, softly sifting through them at first. But as I pressed forward, the stalks began to warp, curl around my arms, providing resistance to my every move. The entire field began to solidify into an unbreakable material, my body entangled in the mess. I desperately tried to pull myself free, but every movement led to a burning sensation. The world desaturated. Time stopped. I heard the unmistakable sound of my greatest fear approaching. Shifters. They emerged from all sides, surrounding me. I looked into the distance and saw a blurry figure approaching. He tried to yell, but the words wouldn't escape his throat, instead transforming into an endless shriek pulsing through my ears. His every movement and sound transformed into an agonizing discomfort, all throughout my body until it became completely unbearable. The pain trumped logic. I needed to make it stop. I needed to make it all stop. Like maybe time? I grew violent, blindingly lashing out at the figure, tearing him apart. I needed to destroy the source of the motion and sound that caused me so much discomfort. The pain stopped as I took the figure's life, and as he died, his identity became clear. It was me. I had become the very threat that I once feared. But I did not fear anymore. I felt something very clear, very pure. I turned around to discover Jack behind me. He didn't move, but I could somehow understand his intent. He welcomed me. Every misunderstanding, all the pain we had caused one another was forgotten. We were part of a higher consciousness. I heard a voice behind me, Dr. Kim. He joined us. He told me that time was once the fire in which we burned. He told me we would burn no more.
Is the city still hunting for me?
In full force. There's an entire webpage dedicated to potential Jack Joyce sightings, so I've been filling it in with false leads for fun. Do you want to pitch in?
Post that I was spotted in the back of a catering van somewhere.
You can do better than that. But okay, I'll let them know.
Any other thoughts? Nope. Okay.
Hey, Amy. What am I looking at here?
I've been recording Monarch communications with the radio that Beth left me. I made a compilation of anything that seemed like it might be useful.
Transcript of Monarch's communications. Comm 1032, unknown Monarch personnel. HQ, come in. This is First Aid 1. We've got a situation here at the hospital. Over. Monarch radio commander. Go ahead. First Aid 1. Over. Unknown Monarch personnel. It's a fucking mess down here. HQ. Burke showed up for his wife like we thought. Gibson intercepted him. Burke wouldn't come quietly, so Gibson drew on him. And, well, Gibson's dead. Burke strangled him with a power cord in full sight of half the hospital. So that kind of shit show. Over. Do you have the situation contained? Where's Burke now? Over. We're working on the scene and wiped the footage, but Gibson didn't have backup, so who knows how many people saw the fight, or where they are now. Same goes for Burke. He's in the wind. So's his wife. Over. Copy that, First Aid 1. We'll run with that on our end. Just tidy things up over there. Over and out. Lifeboat document. Controlling the Riverport situation. Is there one report, or is it just... Okay, it's just one report. If it's emails, you want to read from the bottom up, but you never know. Alright, memo controlling the Riverport situation. From Clarice Ogawa. That's the person that's actually interviewing us when we have those, like, and then what did you do? And then he explains and we play the game. Anyway, I know the situation is fluid and things are progressing fast, but I want to reiterate our strategy for maintaining control over the city of Riverport. As you all know, we can't actually directly control the city. We don't have the manpower, and we don't have the actual authority. It's therefore vital that we maintain a good relationship with the media and the local authorities, and have them do much of the heavy lifting for us. Ideally, everything we should be either undertaken by the authorities under our discreet direction, or in cases where we take action ourselves, backed by the power that be, creating the illusion that Monarch Solution is working in cooperation with legal authorities. Make no mistake, although we've been successful thus far, the situation is not stable and it can change quickly. If key parties in the city lose confidence in us and our ability to handle the crisis, our control will erode very quickly. Therefore, we must nurture this relationship even as we conduct our own operations, some of which involve considerable troop mobilizations and combat actions. This is a constant balancing act, and while I'm confident we can pull it all off, there's no room for error. We can't afford to grow complacent and sloppy. Fortunately, we are well prepared for this contingency. Long before we reached this point, we established a good rapport with the mayor, Riverport PD, and other major authorities within Riverport, as well as most of the important media outlets. Our strategy is twofold. I thought they said at the beginning of the game that they bought all of the media companies in town, like their newspapers and the... Sure that the city's various power structures remain under our control. This means maintaining a close relationship with numerous individuals and organizations, as well as manipulating the information at their disposal. While Charlie Wincott is unfortunately no longer working on this project due to unforeseen complications, he has set up powerful tools and procedures for scrubbing the internet and identifying and locating problematic situations and individuals. We're stationing people in key locations and maintaining control, often under the guise of advisors and consultants to people in power. They are ready to step in as required. Anybody working in these roles need to be proactive and project a constant aura of helpful authority and dependability. Diplomacy is the order of the day, people. That's vital for maintaining certain fictions, such as Jack Joyce's culpability in the events at the university, etc. Minimize conflict. That is to say, make sure that individuals, whether they're politicians, city officials, police officers, reporters, or ordinary citizens, etc., suffer a minimal impact from our activities. If we have to use force, the situation needs to take place out of sight and remain entirely contained. Whether containment means misdirection, coercion, intimidation, bribery, or other means depends on the circumstance. But it's vital that nobody is left in a position to complain. To be explicitly clear, this doesn't mean we can eliminate witnesses and cover it up. When people don't come home, others start to ask questions. So that has to be last resort. Okay. For some reason I was thinking that has to be a last report. It's like, what? That's not a P though, that's an S. Anyways, I expect all supervisors to monitor their teams closely to ensure things stay on even keel. I know most of our cooperatives haven't been trained in the soft touch, but I'll be blunt, the last thing we need is somebody thinking this is Afghanistan and smacking civilian around. We're on YouTube video away, or we're one YouTube video away from this whole thing blowing up in our faces, so we have to maintain our operational profile throughout. For all of these activities, we have a considerable budget. Monarch Solutions is very well off. We've been building resources for a long time, and this is considered a priority, so we can buy a lot of silence and cooperation from authorities and citizens alike. That only works as long as those things are for sale. And the moment we're seen as a threat, that opportunity will disappear. If you see a problem, be proactive and call it in. Don't let anyone or anything run out of control or think it'll work itself out. We have to be sure the situation can unravel faster than we think, and we have to coordinate our activities properly. Any questions or concerns, please contact me sooner rather than later. She seemed to be working with Hatch, but maybe she's not.
Anybody here we can trust?
Fiona.
Fiona.
She's my only remaining contact on the inside.
What about this Burke guy? He was under arrest in the same transport as me.
Jury's still out on Burke.
If it can help save his wife, he'd be on our side. All right. Head of Monarch, Paul Serene, creator of Monarch, believes the end of time is inevitable, building a survival program for a select few. Division leads, Martin Hatch, Monarch spokesperson, head of security and PR, Serene's key advisor. Working against Serene? Dr. Sophia Amaral, head of research, specialist in chronon technology, only doctor trained to administer Serene's treatment. Intimate relations with Serene. Dr. Henry Kim, previous head of research, deceased. Key enforcers, Clarice Ogawa, Monarch dispatcher, allegiance to Martin Hatch, working against Serene? ? Gibson, head of security, Monarch enforcer, deceased. That's the guy that was taken out in that cutscene with the knife through his throat. Oh, not the knife through the throat. That's the guy that was at the hospital, I think. Or was that? Yeah, Carlos was the one that got the knife, and Gibson was the one that got beat up with and strangled in the hospital. Carlos, leader of Reaper Squad, loyal to Martin Hatch, deceased. Potential allies within Monarch, Fiona Miller, Chronon researcher, confirmed ally, working with Beth from inside. Liam Burke, Monarch fixer, has questioned Monarch agenda extensively, deemed Monarch traitor for assisting in Jack's escape. But he didn't assist, but whatever. Charlie Wincott, Monarch hacker, history of allegiance to Martin Hatch, current loyalty unknown. Dick. I like that she added that point. He is a dick. Should also say douche and cringy AF.
Lifeboat. You said this was Paul's big survival program. And why is he refusing to activate it?
Still trying to figure that out.
On the unique nature of the lifeboat by Dr. Sophia Amaral. While the lifeboat protocol is fairly straightforward on the surface, it's important that the people involved with the project understand how it radically differs from the other survival scenarios against so-called apocalyptic threats. Stutter proofing. A traditional bunker built to protect the occupants from an environmental hazard, e.g. a chemical attack or nuclear fallout, is typically sealed airtight, and the occupants have their own electricity, air supply, provisions, etc. The bunker's interior is isolated from the exterior. But the lifeboat design is different. It's not actually sealed, because it doesn't have to be. It does have strong walls and protected access points, but the outside environment is not the problem. It's the lack of Mayor Joyce field that enables time to exist that makes the outside hazardous. From a technological standpoint, these differences make the lifeboat operating principles quite different, particularly with regards to maintenance. Compared to, say, the failure of the life support system in a hermetically sealed survival space, such as a bunker, the failure of the lifeboat stutter-proofing system has far more immediate and grave effects. A traditional life support system can be repaired, for instance. A failure in the CO2 scrubber would pose a significant threat. But with replacement parts and tools, properly trained occupants could easily repair the system before they would feel any ill effects. In fact, almost any mechanical failure short of a full-scale environmental breach can be fixed as long as the suitable repair materials and trained personnel are at hand. But by its very nature, the stutter-proofing is different. If it fails, everybody within its area of effect is immediately affected by the zero state and becomes frozen. In a permanent zero state scenario, that means they would have no opportunity to ever affect repairs. There's literally no time to react. Because literally there is no time. The only exception would be personnel wearing an activated Chronon harness, such as the Striker suit. But given that repairing the stutter-proofing system is a highly technical, complicated process requiring an exceptional proficiency in the operation and engineering of Chronon tech, this would be a scenario with a low probability of success. It's therefore of utmost importance that the lifeboat stutter-proofing operates reliably and without faults, with multiple fail-safe systems. Because if it ever fails, it's likely that it can be repaired or it's unlikely that it can ever be repaired or restarted. Accordingly, once the lifeboat protocol has been activated, there's no real way to deactivate it other than removing the Chronon field regulator. This would be highly inadvisable, as doing so could not only disrupt the stutter-proofing, but more importantly, without the CFR, the lifeboat's rate of Chronon particle consumption is increased by a vast margin, effectively reducing its potential operating time to a fraction of what is intended. Unique advantages and risks. However, it's worth pointing out that even though the lifeboat operation has unique hazards, there are also unique advantages. One such advantage is our provisions. A traditional survival scenario in a bunker typically involves a poor quality of meals due to obvious resourcing problems. Anything that spoils easily is out of the question. In a zero-state scenario, however, spoilage becomes a non-issue. Anything stored outside the stutter-proofing area remains in perfect condition. It has no time to go bad. Alright, this advantage doesn't only apply to consumables, but also makes the storage of medicine, volatile chemicals, and other similar articles far less of a problem than it otherwise would be. In fact, given the fact that the city of Riverport is vast compared to the relatively small number of people residing in the lifeboat, in theory, Monarch operatives could venture outside the lifeboat in Chronon harnesses and actually enjoy freshly cooked meals simply by entering a restaurant and finding the ready-made dishes that have been prepared. Remove them from the zero state to a stutter-proofing area and enjoy them as hot and delicious as if they had been just prepared, which, in fact, they, of course, would be. To be clear, this is not a recommended activity, as it would be a foolish waste of resources to go after individual meals like that. The above scenario is mentioned here merely to illustrate the point. Even though the lifeboat has been designed to operate for decades of subjective time, it doesn't actually need provisions for that long. The lifeboat's own reserves start to run low. A well-planned supply run into the city could easily result in a great deal of perfectly preserved supplies. Another advantage is that while the situation outside the lifeboat would be dire, people frozen in the zero state would not actually be dead. The solution is found to the end of time scenario. Everybody would resume their everyday lives, most likely with no awareness of time ever having stopped. However, it's hard to know what the exact psychological impact of that knowledge on lifeboat personnel will be. There's a real concern that the pressure of knowing that they have sole responsibility for the survival of all the human race, and that there are billions of people outside of the walls of the lifeboat, helpless and unaware, frozen eternally in that last moment, may prove to be crushing for some. On the other hand, knowing that their loved ones are actually not dead and may be saved, and are not in any distress or indeed even aware of the situation, may prove to be a powerful motivating factor that helps us eventually resolve the situation. Of course, the solution to the problem of a permanent zero state is not currently within reach, and we expect that finding one will take subjectively decades. If it is indeed possible, we can but try. It's worth noting that since the people outside the lifeboat are indeed not dead, merely stopped, it should be possible for a team of personnel wearing chronon harnesses to exit the lifeboat, retrieve a person, bring them to the lifeboat. However, I advise against adopting this practice. For the occupant, that should forever remain a theoretical scenario. Any situation in which somebody is brought in from the outside would cause undue stress on the occupants, who would at that point have to become acutely aware that their loved ones could be brought in. But since the lifeboat has limited space, this could never be allowed. That kind of psychological pressure would likely lead to friction and questions of favoritism, and ultimately increase the risk of mission failure. That was a long one. Holy crap. Monarch Solutions, mission statement by Paul. This is December 12th, 1999, when he started it. I've seen the path ahead, and I know it will be hard. I founded Monarch Solutions to bring together those who will walk it with me. The elite few whose skills, dedication, and passion will live on when everything else ends. To that end, 1, we will work under my guiding vision of the future, my knowledge of what is coming. We accept that we cannot change our fate, nor can we avoid it. It is a harsh truth, but it is the truth. We'll accept it and its full implications, but we will not deviate from our course, nor give in to despair, nor give up the fight. Those of us who share in this knowledge, who learn the triumphs and tragedies of the days and years to come, will look past them and find ways to turn them to our advantage. The gray, uncertain area between what is known will be where we build our empire, and we build it on the hope that we can preserve that the end isn't our end, that we can still succeed. 2, we will expand Monarch's influence and power in all possible spheres: financial, political, cultural, medical, and technological, military, to the best of our ability. This is a goal unto itself. We will need to be in a position of exceptional resource and ability to act when the time comes. Time comes. It's more like when time goes, right? Boom, boom. We will build, we will seek success and profit, not for the sake of wealth and fame, but for the sake of preparedness. We will develop science and technology to counter a very specific set of circumstances. This will require extensive research and experimentation, as well as a tremendous financial cost. We will not be daunted by these challenges. We will complete our work. 4, we will not compromise. We recognize that sacrifice is required, and we are willing to pay the cost to meet our goals. There is no alternative to this. Doubt, qualms, and sentiment are luxuries we cannot afford. Whatever we had to do is a lesser evil than the extinction of the entire human race. And to pretend otherwise is weakness. Nothing in the history of our planet has been as important as this. Nothing we have accomplished as a species matters if we fail in our mission. 5, we will not fail. There will be many challenges in the years ahead. I know what's coming. It can't be averted. There's no escaping it. But we can survive it, and we can overcome it. And we will. I am dedicating myself, this company, and every shred of willpower at my disposal to that mission. I expect the same of those who join me on it. Paul Serene. I wonder if, already things are deviating from that timeline because things are happening at a more accelerated rate. What if every loop within the loop, because it's basically recursion at this point, right? What if that further destabilizes the timeline and makes it, in that loop, that much faster to the critical point? And we just happen to be experiencing it from this one progression forward.
This is Serene's original manifesto for Monarch.
They had us practically memorize this.
He actually believes he's doing the right thing.
It's because he doesn't think the fracture can be stopped. And he's wrong.
The fact that it's already forming faster should be the proof that time is not immutable, and what he knows is not the end-all be-all definitive de facto way things go. Anyways, 3 phase plan, table of contents. Phase 1, build an empire. February 28th, 99 to July 4th, 2010. Formation of Monarch. Lucrative investments, global expansion, employee recruitment. Phase 2, preparing for the future. July 5th, 2010 to October 8th, 2016. Ground Zero buyout. CFR preparation, Chronon Tech development, militarization. Phase 3, the Lifeboat Protocol. October 9th, 2016 to the end of time. Time Machine core heist. Chronon Tech rollout. Remove threats to Lifeboat Protocol. Initiate Lifeboat Protocol. I'm surprised he wouldn't want his friend involved in some way. Like, if he had conditioned Jack about it from an earlier time, maybe Jack would be understanding why his brother died. Probably not, though. Let's watch the video.
Okay. The date is... It's February 28th,
Jesus, Will.
1999. William Joyce.
1999.
After months
First experiment.
arduous work, my machine is finally ready for human testing. Ready is defined by me, since ready is obviously a relative term when you're dealing with the deformation of the chronon field and recreating of black holes' mass density by tangent. Okay, in short summary, I built a time machine, and it works. I'm gonna prove it, or die. Okay.
Or die.
Make some final preparations. When I enter the machine, I will travel clockwise around the corridor. Okay.
That's to make him go
Core
forward.
is active. Chronon levels are stable. I'll travel clockwise around the corridor, exiting back into the same location in the near future. Oh. This clock is set to my watch. Now, when I exit the machine, there should be a significant difference in time between my watch and the clock in this room.
That kind of thing can be fake. Going backwards would be better. Have 2 of you there to prove it on camera.
Setting the date to 5 minutes to the future for the first test. Now, admittedly, traveling to the past would be much more impressive. But I can travel backwards in time only as far as the first activation of the machine's core, which is, well, now.
Okay, we'll wait 5 minutes and go back in time. 5 minutes. And you're already there. So right now, you'd have you there.
What I'm about to do is gonna change the very fabric of I don't remember.
What happened?
Was that Paul?
The date is...
That's how he arrived in the past.
It's February.
Well, how's that
28th,
possible? It wasn't even the same time machine he entered at the university.
That's
Black hole's a black
one
hole.
question I still don't have an answer
Arduous
for.
work. My machine is finally ready.
If you think of it as roads, the black hole he started, or well, artificial singularity makes you the black hole. It's the anchor point. It's the road he's going for. So as long as it came into existence from there forward in the future, it's got a road to itself. You can go around it and come back to it. He started going around one black hole, and there was another one in close temporal proximity. So he did from one to the other. I wonder if he could do like a figure 8 thing to get like roads that aren't like kind of skip from one road to the other. But at least this allowed him to go from his further back to the other one, because the other one existed, right? It's still weird that there'd be a gap there. But who knows? We don't know everything about it.
For human testing.
I'm digging this.
Defined by me.
There's still, what, one more piece to find, I think? 2 more documents to find, 3 chronon sources.
Since ready is obviously a relative term when you're dealing with the deformation of the chronon field and recreating of black holes' mass density by tangent. Okay, short summary.
Toilets.
No use going there before talking to Dr. Amaral.
But there's something back there. Give it a moment. I don't think I missed any in this little section at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
My watch.
Okay. So like there we have the black hole open again. Like I get the idea that there is that thought, like you'll never see time travelers in the past for the only reason that there's only time travel, like you can't go further back than before time travel is invented is a theory. Kind of thinking like you can't go back further than where there's a road to travel. And so if it wasn't invented at that point, you can't go back past that point, or back to that point, because you don't have the road to drive there, for a lack of a better analogy. Which I think is a horrible analogy in as far as there's such a thing as off-road driving. But it kind of gets the point across. Oh yeah, we're using our Sithy powers to do wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. How's it going, Star? Is My Dad is a Bounty Hunter good? I've been meaning to watch it. It looks good. Oh, wait. There is a Chronon field right there. How do we get up there? Oh, there we go. Fucking hand! Keep blasting the time detection just in case there's another field. Like, there looks like there might be one up top there. He won't let us go in the toilets until we talk to the doctor. Apparently, you have to hold it in because she's the queen of shits, I guess. Or maybe she's just hot shit and therefore he wants to wait until he gets her permission. Was there anything down here? Oh, you get too close, it hurt. Apparently, that's almost close enough to be... We're starting to edge in towards the spaghettification area. Which is one theory on what would happen if you got too close to a black hole. I think I've heard there's been now an alternate theory on what would happen and that you wouldn't actually spaghettify.
How long do you need?
I already found the problem. Quite simple, really. The power relay is down. You'll need to find a way to reset it up. There, where the light is. I'll lower the ladder for you.
What happened to the power relay?
A power surge occurred at 7 a.m. this morning, when the machine was activated.
7 a.m.? That's hours before we even got here.
Well, the numbers don't lie.
Okay, I guess I'm doing some climbing.
Numbers can be made to lie.
Sure. Saves me from volunteering.
So what was the deal with the power thing?
The power relay is down. You can climb the ladder I lowered to find out what's wrong with it.
Nothing else? You're not going to say anything else?
You've been loyal to Serene for years. How do we know we can trust you?
My loyalty has always been to the future. I will dedicate myself to whatever assures our survival.
It's good, but they telegraphed a few twists. You know what? Sometimes a well-telegraphed twist, depending on how it's telegraphed, that can be like a payoff in and of itself.
You're not mad at him, even after he turned his back on you.
Paul's doing what he believes is right, the same as you.
I swear I've seen this actress in something else, but I can't place where I've seen her.
When he came to see me in that cell, he said something about the end bringing new dangers. What did he mean?
Monarch was built to protect us from what comes after time stops.
That doesn't explain what did he mean. You should be explaining the stutter entity things.
What exactly does Monarch think is coming?
When the fracture escalates further, you'll see for yourself.
Again, that doesn't answer the question. God damn it, lady, you're horrible. Useless, I say. Well, as useless as crazily brilliant, head of the, like, top of her field, genius scientist lady.
Okay. The console here's got 2 red lights, 1 green one.
You'll have to reset the power to the 2 stations with the red lights before activating the relay. Both stations are located above the machine. Just follow the cables to the red lights.
Above the machine. Perfect place for a reset switch, Will.
Maybe he didn't have cables long enough. Oh, there's a... there. We're going to have to go up the high dive. Okay, we're going to have words with our brother. This cannot be a safe way to access anything. This switch could have been wired down to somewhere safe. Star with the tier 1, 14 months now. Thank you so much. A 1-year streak. What? Wait. I'm sorry you didn't get the big demonstration that goes on. I finally took off latch tools. I couldn't get it to work properly anyways. But I did forget to turn on the other ones again. Now, here, let me quickly set a reminder so I don't forget to do that later, because that's part of the problem.
Look, finally 1 year together.
What? It finally said it. Okay. I need to leave myself a note. There it is. Notepad++. Reset up. There we go. Left myself a message. My 5th most watched? Possibly. Let's see. I think there's a thing that gives me a list. Users? Alright, let's see. No, that's last seen. Regulars. That's not. I could have swore there was one that listed. Like, here we go. Oh, it's not. It says there's 10 pages, but they're all shown as blank. What? What's going on? It's so weird. Well, that's unfortunate. I was going to be able to tell you, but it just shows a blank list. Man, that's too bad, because it would have been able to tell me by watch hours and everything. I think there's still a place I can do that somewhere else, just not in this bot. All right. And back to the consoles. You are one of the most supportive, like with tiers, gifted subs and whatnot, though. Which I really appreciate.
Okay, whoop. The first red light is now green.
Good. 1 more to go. I'm not sure if you can reach the second one that way. You may have to climb down and reach the other side of the machine.
Yeah, we gotta go up the high dive. I already said that, lady. You weren't listening to my stream? Come on. Just because you're in the game doesn't mean you shouldn't be watching the stream. Oh, that'd be so cool if one of the, like, if Sean Ashmore was watching. I doubt he would, because why would you watch someone play the game that you acted out and did dialogue and everything, right? But that'd be so cool. He is a Canadian. a fellow Canuck. Oh. A little thing of a brother.
Jack. Hi. It's Will. I guess you're in Thailand by now. I'm not sure if you even still use this number. I don't like how he left things. I've been under a lot of pressure. There's some things I should tell you. I'd like to make it right. Just call me, okay? Please.
Oh, he wanted to get back with his brother. He felt bad about things going to shit. Oh, we have to go up there first. Okay. Now we can go into the toilet, I bet. Won't even let me use my timey-wimey powers right now to run fast. Oh, it's a light. I thought it was one of the absorbed time particle things. Check it out. The teddy bear is only glowing from inside the box. Oh, here it is.
You've got to be kidding me.
What is it?
This is all my stuff from our family home. He kept everything.
That's a cute cow.
Guess he thought you might come back.
Oh, she's here.
What's his name?
Giraffe.
How banal.
Yeah. It's about as original as I expected.
I'll admit, I still have some of my stuffed animals, including my first stuffed bear that I ever got from my grandma when I was in the hospital as a little baby. He's in the other room. His name's Tuffy. Because it looked like he had muscles.
My artsy rebel phase.
Complete with a very rebellious how-to guide. Always wanted to try this, actually. Never had the time.
Oh, she's going to be the one that did all the paintings then, maybe. Maybe she's the street tagger, right? Anyways, since there'll never be a better time to show it, I'm going to go grab Tuffy to show him off. Because he's one of the best stuffed animals ever. Plus, I need to refill my water bottle, so I'll be right back. All right. See? This is Tuffy. See, he's got muscles. My grandma got me him. Oof, 30. I've had him as long as I can remember. I got him before, when I was so young, that is before memories I still have. I think he is about 36 years old. Or I've had him for about 36 years. Actually, here, come on to this side, Bubbles. There you go. He could kick Giraffe's ass, although he wouldn't, because he's a protective, fun-loving sort, and a gentleman. Yep.
Jack? You okay?
Yeah.
His brother's a hobbit. There's one more narrative piece somewhere.
What's wrong?
Toto. That's my signature.
You made this?
I've never even been here before.
She's made all of them.
That woman in
Timey-wimey.
the picture is you, isn't it? So,
Jack, there's something you should know. 1999. I was 8 years old, playing in my backyard, and a woman approached me, told me she was from the future. She gave me very specific details of events that would come to pass. She gave me this, filled with dates, events, proof of it all. Jack, that woman,
it was you.
everything I told myself would happen, did. Every detail, for better or worse, came to pass and couldn't be changed. Our fate is laid out before us, Jack. Everything that happened to get us here, every sacrifice that was made, they're all a part of this path. And they can't be changed or undone.
Beth.
When we step in that time machine, you will see for yourself.
But this is like turning her into a believer. But she's got we're on an alternate path than what the other one says is
All
possible.
Right. If you're that sure about how all this works, we can try it your way. It's her. She's the one who's been painting all over the city. Jesus.
Then why is she painting things that will egg us on and give us little clues about what's going on? If we're trying to stop it, and her thing was to stop it, this kind of reinforces that it can't be stopped. Looks like it's on the other side of the wall. Wait, is that something I missed? Yes, it is.
Notebook was full of dates, events that would come to pass, instructions.
Beth was the
Her
one that
entire
started it
existence
7
was
hours
formed out of
earlier.
those pages.
They said the power breakers or the switches got popped 7 hours prior to us showing up. That was probably Beth then. Does that mean there's a Beth that's also like 17 years older, still running around trying to do her side of things? I could have swore they showed a picture of the painter where she was shorter, though. That's what made me think it was the doctor. Maybe that was all in my head. Anyway, Beth, I know that this encounter will be a lot to take in. After all, it's not every day you meet your future self. I'd tell you that you need to keep it all secret, but I know you won't listen. You'll learn that lesson the hard way. The next few years won't be easy for you. Nobody you know is ever going to understand what you're going through. Those closest to you will try to change you, convince you that you are losing your mind. You're not. You are special. You have been chosen to do something amazing. Know that your struggles will all be worth it in the end because you have a purpose. You're going to save the world. How do I know? I've been through this all before, and I'm going to prove it. Although you'll find a list of events that will come to pass in the future, they cannot be changed or undone. It'll take time for you to accept this, but eventually you will learn to use this knowledge to your advantage. You'll be prepared for what is coming. Okay, how can they use the knowledge of the future that they have to their advantage if it's already happened and cannot be changed? There has to be an initiating event, right? She can't have given herself the book that made her go and do the things based on the book before she got the book. You know what I mean? There's always got to be that impetus. Okay, October 3rd, 2000. Derek Stevenson has been bullying you for months. On October 3rd, you'll push him down the staircase at school. You'll do everything in your power to resist this, partly to avoid the consequence, partly to prove this book wrong, but the terrible things he will say in that moment will be too much for you to handle. You'll pretend to cry, claim that you gave him a concussion, and you'll take all the blame. You'll be transferred to another school. You'll hope things will get better. They won't. It's going to be a difficult year whenever you feel helpless, just remember the book. You're special. You have a purpose that they don't. Hold on to that. And if it makes you feel better, 16 years from now, Derek will be working at a dollar store. He still lives with his mom. What is it with things being harsh on Derek's? We're hardworking, caring, loyal, decent folk, okay? I feel personally attacked. It's even the way I spell my name. Mr. Hartsook on December 3rd now. That was what, October? Yeah, October 3rd. So it's been a few months. On December 3rd, Mr. Hartsook from next door will pass away. February 3rd. Why is it always the 3rd so far? The kids at school will steal your jacket. Your parents will claim that they're hiding it on purpose so that they will buy you a new one. Look in the bin on the corner of 3rd and Main. You'll find something that will get you through the winter. You'll be teased for wearing it by Michelle. You'll fight back, but it will only make things worse. Eventually, when you are able to contain your anger, take her aside and say the following to her. I'm sorry about your mom. And then give her a hug. She'll push you away. She'll look incredibly confused, vulnerable. She'll never tease you again. Oh, the parents think she's hiding it to get a new jacket, so they won't. Parents are idiots sometimes. April 24th. Erica, your best friend, will break her arm. Having read this, you will do everything in your power to prevent it. The actions you take to avoid this from happening will only make it happen. So, this is the first time you will truly witness that your fate is already determined. It cannot be changed. Erica will blame you for the incident. Try not to take this to heart. You'll soon discover that she isn't the friend you thought she was. Just stay strong. You'll find people who respect you for who you are very soon. August 5th, 2001. You will take the night bus home. There will be only one other passenger on board, a scruffy-looking kid with a black eye. His name is Jack Joyce. Remember his face. He's going to become important down the line. September 11th. This is the one that will change you. An event will occur that will devastate the entire nation. An act of terrorism. September 11th, 2001. They worked 9/11 into the story. An act of terrorism will cause the World Trade Centers to collapse. Thousands die. I won't go into further detail because the more you know, the more painful it will become when you are unable to prevent it. And you will try to prevent it. You'll fail. You will curse this book for not telling you more. You'll curse yourself for not being able to stop it. It'll take a long time to get over this. But eventually, you'll use this pain to fuel your path forward. You've now felt what it is to be completely unprepared for what is coming. It won't happen again. Next time, you'll be ready. This is the event that will finally make you believe any doubt you had will disappear. You're ready to take on the mission. So what's coming? October 8th, 2016. An experiment gone wrong will cause time to break down. The event will be referred to as a fracture in time. The onset of this event cannot be prevented. The outcome must be. The fracture is not stopped, then time itself will become to an end. Life on our planet will end. Saving the world wasn't an overstatement. It's your mission. You must stop the fracture. You can pull this off, but to do so, you need to follow some simple instructions. Learn who to trust. Short answer, nobody. The less people know about you, the safer you will be. From this point forward, your mission takes priority over every other aspect of your life. Do not start a relationship of any kind that you aren't willing to leave behind at a moment's notice. There is one exception to this rule. We'll get to that. Know your enemy. Monarch Solutions. They'll try to prevent you from achieving your goal. Learn everything you can about them. You'll know the best way to achieve this when the time is right. Monarch is run by a man named Paul Serene. You must never be seen by Paul. If he discovers you, then you will risk failing your mission. Learn everything you can about him. Remain hidden, but keep in mind that the best place to hide is often in plain sight. Blend in. Change your appearance frequently. Hair, color, clothing style, everything. Be cautious about drawing attention to yourself. Learn to blend in. Examine those around you. The way they move, speak, laugh. Copy them. Become your surroundings. Train daily. There are a series of skills you'll need to master truly to be prepared. Hand-to-hand combat. Filipino Kali and Jeet Kune Do. Weapons training, knives, pistols, shotguns, rifles, wilderness survival. Compartmentalization, lip reading, face reading. The list is one that you will build as you go. In time, you will understand what is necessary and what isn't. Don't rush yourself. Start with gymnastics. Study your target. Jack Joyce. He is the one person who can help you in your mission. He is the exception to the rule one. You can trust him. Learn what you can about Jack. Study him from afar. But do not approach him directly. You aren't the only one watching him. On October 9th, 2016, you will rescue Jack Joyce. From there, the next steps will reveal themselves. Be patient with him. He's stubborn, reckless, naive. But you can't do this without him. And he has his moments. He's much smarter than he seems at first. Don't mistake grief for stupidity. Study your objective. Sounds like she's kind of starting to get a thing for him. The countermeasure. This is the one device that was built to stop the fracture in time. This is your objective. Find the countermeasure. Use it to stop the fracture. Achieve this and the world will be saved. The device was built by Jack's brother, William Joyce. Any attempt to contact William or find the countermeasure before the onset of the fracture will be in vain. Wait, Jack will show you the way. Retrieving the countermeasure will not be as simple a task. It will involve great hardship and sacrifice. When the time comes, you'll be ready for this. And staying in the past. That's my guess. When you first read this, it won't make sense to you. Over time, you'll believe every word, but you will feel unprepared. You will wish that I had told you everything. I promise you that what is written here is everything you'll need in order to get you where you need to be. I know this, because I'm already here. Chin up, Toto. You're going to achieve amazing things. You're not in Kansas anymore, Toto. So she thinks she's the dog? She's not Dorothy? Lost in the land of the Wizard of Oz?
Looks climbable.
Yoink!
What have we got here?
Going up. I kind of expected there to be like a talk to her option here. Oh well. Oh. That just leads us back. Okay, so that's just the return trip spot. Wanted to make sure, like, was it a blocked door that we had to unlock or something? There's been a few of things that in that vein, so. All right.
Why the hell would your brother put maintenance controls way up there?
That's exactly
what I'm wondering.
Shit. Still getting used to that.
Don't expect to.
Now that she's got a time vest, she's free to act with us at least.
Having trouble getting to that red light up there?
It's easier said than done.
There's no pressure. Just the fate of the world.
No, we were on that one last time. Now we're on this one here. Okay.
All right, all lights are green.
I'm glad I looked before it got down further. There we go. 3 of 3. What does that put us up to? Puts us up to 5 points. So we can get... Okay, we need 6 for that one. I thought there was one we needed 4. Yeah, time stop. Kind of want to save up for time vision over increasing the size of our pause button. All right, let me move Tuffy out of the way. But he's a good stuffed animal. My grandma got him for me. Went down the wrong throat a bit there. The wrong pipe or whatever. I like it being on tracks like that rather than just being brought up by the arms.
Diagnostics are positive. This may actually work. It's ready. It's actually functional.
Okay, we're doing this. I'll set the data into the console.
Nothing, no more smart comments or anything?
July 4th, 2010. Are you ready?
No. Are you?
No.
This is
She
it.
goes back, but not us.
There's no turning back.
Hey, wait. What did you do? That was the wrong door. You changed the date. Where is she? Where is she?
I had no choice. I couldn't let you take the countermeasure. It would put our entire plan at risk. I already called Monarch from the terminal. They're on their way. It's over.
Shoot. Just shoot.
Fuck!
We need the countermeasure to run the lifeboat.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna follow through with the plan. Tie her up and get as far away from here as you can.
I will. You just take care of yourself, Jack. Okay?
Why would Beth go through that door? Did she know she was going to be going? Like, that looked like she sent Beth forward in time. And why? Like, why would they let the doctor just sit there to do whatever she wanted? It also seemed like you would lock it in and then engage things, and the time was locked in. You couldn't change it until you turned it off. I don't know. Hey, look, it's us going the other way. Oh no, is that her going the other way? It's hard to tell. It doesn't look quite like us. But maybe it is. Yeah, see, that's the one with, that's like the painter version of her, I think. Oh, there's something ahead of us going the same way this time instead of backwards. That one's wearing a suit?
Your first journey back in time, 2010. This is where our notes get hazy.
You know how it ended.
Your goal when you arrived was to retrieve the countermeasure.
But my goal had to wait. Because I wasn't alone.
Paintings.
Bobby Radford coming at you on 4th of July. And what a
Yeah, see, it's her designing her paintings.
Things are looking up for Riverport. Don't believe me? Just look at that shiny new Monarch
Did maybe Beth get sent back to 99 as well?
Sure. I know there's been
Because Serene said he had a vision of her from 99, right?
this or that, taking over the mom and pop spots, making Riverport more corporate. Some of that's happening. It ain't all good. A huge corporation like that, you know, they're all about power and profit. But I say, hold on there. Put it in perspective. This town's been miserable for a long time. A long time. When our shipbuilding industry took that final nosedive, we hit one hell of a slump. A lot of people I know have been unemployed for years now, and that's hard. But Monarch's here. starting to change that big time. So they ain't perfect. So what? It beats the alternative. I want to be optimistic about this. It ain't wrong to have a little hope for the future. I want to believe that this is capitalism working as intended, you know? The American way, you
I don't think we've seen that painting yet somewhere. From William Joyce to response to Beth Wilder of The Countermeasure. Okay, does Beth have a sentence? Okay, here. We'll go from the bottom up. Alright, let's... Actually, let me position better. That way it's not blocked by the screen, making it weird. There we go. That's better. Great. Okay, to Beth from William Joyce, July 4th, 2010, The Countermeasure. It's finished. I finally finished it. Tests are all positive. I officially constructed a working countermeasure for a fracture in time. I can't prove it, obviously, since there's no fracture to deploy it against, but I believe it'll work. It has passed every test I can conceive. There's no reason I can see that it wouldn't. Given your knowledge of the future, I'm guessing you already knew this would be the date I completed my work. This day has been a long time coming. I was beginning to doubt it was possible. I haven't heard from you in almost 2 years now. Please tell me you're still out there. I think we've seen these before in a different time period. Where, or at least from the aftermath of like, it was you that took it, right? Please say it was you. Contact me. And then there's like, escalate. Okay. Anyway, July 4th. 2 billion from Beth. I'm now going to ask you to do something that will sound counterintuitive. Leave the workshop. Leave the countermeasure behind and do not return until tomorrow morning. As with all of my orders, it is best I don't go into further details. Okay, leaving the workshop now. The countermeasure is secure in my safe. I know better than to ask the reasoning behind the request. In 11 years, you've never been wrong. I don't want to know about the future anyway. But that won't make this easier for me to digest. Can we meet tomorrow? Now that the device is complete, I need to know what the next steps are. And please be careful with the countermeasure. It's tremendously powerful, and sourcing the chronon particles for it alone has taken over a decade. Rebuilding would take me years and years. And maybe that's what he did after the fact, and that's kind of why he went crazy and built the swimming pool facility. Alright. More paintings. Is that gunfire?
What's going on here? Since when did Will run a graffiti workshop?
He didn't. She was always interested.
This crap was here in 2016.
And she was saying she always wanted to learn. She's been here since the beginning now. Because remember, we had that vision of Paul from Paul Serene's view where it's like, it's her, and then it showed her attacking him wearing the original outfit from the very beginning of the game. But he got away. So that's got to be what happened, right? She got sent back 17 years instead of 6 years. Get in there. There's a chronon field there. That's obviously her. She's training. Wait till she needs to reload.
Beth? It's me. Hey. What happened to you?
This looks like a younger one, maybe?
This is it.
All right.
There's no turning back. Jack? Dr. Emerald sent me to the future. I fought for months trying to find a way to get back. I wasn't the only one.
She then get all the way back to the past following him? Is that how it did? Because it looks like she was in the past, too.
Stop!
She
I
doesn't
followed
have...
him back. He set Williams' machine to 1999. The first possible exit point.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
It's okay. Hey, it's okay. Ah, it's okay. I'm on your side.
Who are you?
I'm Beth Wilder. There's some things you need to know.
You're the reason he built the countermeasure. And you've been here ever since. 11 years. Why? Why didn't you come back?
We should get ready. We don't have much time.
She had changed. And there was a weight in her eyes. She was hiding something.
She always was. What exactly do you believe changed in Beth?
She lost hope.
February 28th, 99. Back in time. Here I am, back in time. I've already lived once before. No idea how long I'll need to stay here. No idea what comes next. This isn't how it was supposed to go. This wasn't the plan. If I'm going to come to terms with that, then I'm going to need to write it all down. There's nobody to tell this to but myself, so hello again. Hello me, again. This all started back in 2016. Jack and I kidnapped Dr. Emerald. We were supposed to use the time machine to travel back to 2010 and retrieve the countermeasure. I believe Dr. Emerald switched the date at the last moment. I heard Jack calling out, but it was too late. I was already inside. There was nothing to do but keep moving forward, and when I exited the corridor, I arrived in the one place I never thought possible, the end of time. My greatest fear was realized. I'm still trying to grasp what that means. My entire life has been devoted to stopping the fracture. What I saw, was it proof that it couldn't be stopped? I can't believe that. There's a logic to all this, a meaning. I just haven't found it yet. I'm not ready to write down details of the end of time, not yet. The essential part of the story is that I found a way back. I spent a long time trying to fix Williams' machine, but somebody beat me to it. He set a course to the earliest time the machine could operate, the first time the core was activated. February 28th, 99. I followed him through. That's when I found William, still alive, much younger than I had ever seen him. I warned him about the fracture. Every action just part of the preordained dance. I wanted to tell him more, but I know how he felt. William agreed to do what must be done. Agreed to build the countermeasure. This whole time it was me who sent him on that path. He says the machine doesn't have the sufficient chronon capacity to return me to the future. He says a jump that far would be nearly impossible without a substantial scientific breakthrough. Apparently, that hasn't happened yet. That's his way of saying I am trapped in 99, second time around. So here I am. July 19th, 99. Time machine move equals successful. I worked with Will to get the time machine moved. Had to make sure Serene wouldn't be able to use it to his advantage. So we moved it to the one place I knew it would be safe. Bradbury Swimming Pool. Will spent a big chunk of his research grant buying the property. It's the one place I know for sure that Monarch won't find us. After all, they still weren't aware of it in 2016. That means this is my new home for the time being. Will refuses to build the countermeasure here. He says that it has to be done at the workshop. He chose that location to build the time machine for a reason. Something about abnormal chronon density, anomalies, whatever. Didn't seem to concern him that the very people we need to hide from know about the workshop. Probably doesn't help that he won't let me tell him who those people actually are. Guy's almost as stubborn as his brother. Now that the move is complete and Will is on his way, all I can do is wait. Not liking the idea of that, keeping busy was the only thing that distracted me from the eerie nature of being trapped here. Guess I should look at the bright side. Second chance at having a killer Y2K party? September 5th, 99. Little me. The most surreal experience. Her eyes looked so full of life, looking to the clouds and vulnerable to the world around her. She looked full of life. She looked happy. It was me. I knew the day was coming. I knew that I had to go see her and set her on her mission so that she would do what was needed to be done. So that someday she would become, well, me. She was in the backyard, bright red duffel coat, playing simple pleasures. It's strange. I remember the small details so differently the first time around. When I was a child, that woman who came to see me seemed like an angel, a limitless source of wisdom, gifting me with purpose. Now I was that woman, trembling, a lump in my stomach, nervous as hell. It didn't matter. I knew she was too young to see those things on my face. I gave her the notebook. I told a small child to give up those simple pleasures to pursue a life that would bring nothing but pain and hardship. I promised her that it would all be worth it, that she would make a difference, that she would save the world. She believed me. July 1st, 2000, epic Y2K party. Ate bagels with cream cheese and watched Buffy reruns in a drained swimming pool. Party on. September 11th, 2001, 9/11. I tried to stop it a second time. I warned them, told them exactly what was going to happen. Nothing changed. I came to terms with the fact that none of this could be changed as a child, but since then I've seen things that makes me desperate to prove myself wrong, desperate to believe that what I've seen cannot come to pass. I tried to stop the rise of the Monarch. I tried to stop Paul Serene, both versions of him. Every action was negated by the force of a timeline that cannot be bent or broken. I've tried to stop tragedy as well. Jack's parents, Christmas of 99. I knew what happened to them. This time I was there. Car crashed exactly as it was supposed to. My presence only led it to happen as it always did. I went to the funeral, watched Jack cry. I watched Will build up a wall around himself. I watched two brothers change forever in that moment, and I could do nothing about it. And now this. Fuck. May 22nd, 2002. Monarch. They spotted me near William's workshop. Barely got over there alive. After all this time, Serene is still obsessed with finding me. He won't give up until he does. Have to be more careful in the future. May 22nd, 2003. End of time. I've been having recurring nightmares about what I saw. I've been doing this, but it's time. I have to write it out. The only way to move past it. In 2016, I entered the time machine, intending to travel back to 2010. That didn't happen. Dr. Emerald changed the date. When I exited the machine, I arrived at the end of time. The fracture had run its course. Time had stopped altogether. The entire world was frozen in one hanging moment. I was the only one still able to function, or so I thought. Then the shifters came. I can still hear them. Their sounds echo through my dreams. The entire world was still, except me. They really don't like movement. I'd stepped out of the machine into the one thing I spent my entire life trying to prevent. The fracture was never fixed. I was living through the proof. The first hours were the hardest. I was living through a nightmare that I couldn't wake up from, surrounded by constant reminders that my mission would fail, never be able to stay in one place because the shifters were always searching, always hunting. I wasn't alone. I discovered the first evidence of this a few days in. I heard the shifters become agitated, but I was nowhere near them. They were following somebody else, Paul Serene, a younger Paul, scared, weak, vulnerable. He found me, tried to convince me that we needed to work together to help each other through. Found out very quickly that I wanted him dead. He had no training, no killer instinct, but he had those damn powers, and all I had was this Chronon harness. In the end of the world, only 2 people left, and we became sworn enemies. I can't be sure how long we spent there. It could have been months, could have been years. When time doesn't move, it feels like an eternity. Our grip on reality slipped away, trapped in an endless loop of brutal survival. Though we were enemies, there was a strange bond formulated through that suffering. We shared an experience that no other human has ever endured. Eventually, Paul managed to get William's time machine working. He was convinced that he needed to travel back to the earliest possible point in order to stop this all from happening. He had yet to learn that the past couldn't be changed. I followed him through that machine, but he escaped. Formed Monarch. Built up an empire. I watched the birth of a monster. I can't escape the feeling that my actions helped shaped what he became. Maybe I could have guided him. Maybe if I hadn't tried to hunt him down and kill him at the end of time. That can't be my part in all of this. There has to be more. I wake up in a cold sweat most nights. I hear the shifters coming. I can almost feel their presence. Much of my experience at the end of time has become a blur in my memory, but there's only one detail that I can't shake. One detail that brings my entire mission into question. One detail that haunts me. 2021, February 3rd, 2005. Hobbies. 5 years until the countermeasure will be complete. Spend most of my days training. I don't know what happens once the device is finished, but being prepared is my specialty. I still wonder if Jack will follow the plan. If he'll emerge from that machine in 2010, best not to think about it. I'm not giving up, but I can't let those thoughts consume me. I need to focus on the present, focus on what is in front of me. That's the mantra that keeps me going. Just focus on the present. So I decided to take on some hobbies. Tried poetry, got depressed. Dabbled with the guitar for a while, smashed it against the wall. Then I started experimenting with graffiti. Seems to be working out okay for me so far. It's fulfilling on a few different levels. Partly as a form of self-expression, partly as a means of release, partly just to fuck with people. What happens when Joe analyzes some graffiti on a wall one day, builds an interpretation in his head, and then 3 years later, his depiction of that image comes true? Not sure, but it's fun to think about. I can't change anything, but at least that gives me the illusion of some kind of power. That illusion is what keeps me holding on. Sometimes I leave anonymous notes to people's mailboxes telling them what will happen next week. I watch the reactions from afar. Voyeurism and graffiti. That's my life these days. Focus on the present. October 8th, 2007. Jack. I started watching him recently. I know Monarch is tracking him, so I keep my distance. I wasn't sure why I felt I needed to follow him, to watch his life from the outside, but now I think I understand. I met Jack in the wake of his brother's death. The onset of the fracture, the worst day of both our lives. He was broken. That's the only Jack I ever knew. There's some kind of comfort in seeing him in happier times. I watched his band play a gig nearby. Atrociously bad. Whiny emo music. Definitely a music movement I didn't need to live through a second time. There was something pure about seeing him up there, letting it all out. He never had an easy life. It was nice to see that he found a way to release all that. He just looked happy. It made me forget everything else. The nightmares stopped for a while after that, so I kept following him. It gave me something else to focus on. I spent most of my life hiding who I am, what I know. I knew Jack for less than 24 hours, but he's the only person I've opened up to about everything. I told him the truth. He believed me. I wish I could thank him for that. I'm not sure what I'm going to tell him if he comes through the machine on the 4th. 2010. What will he think when he sees me? 11 years will have passed. I look like I've aged 3 lifetimes since then, and for him it could only be a matter of minutes. What do I say? That I saw the end? That this might all be for nothing? I was the one who believed without question that we could stop the fracture. That confidence has now been replaced with insecurity, weakness. I fear letting him see that. I fear that he'll see the doubt in my eyes. For years I felt invincible, full of hope. I'm not that woman anymore. I'm scared. December 11th, 2011. Memory. Tonight I painted something at the university campus. It was only after I was finished and took a step back to look at it that I realized I've seen it before. About a decade ago. Remains of something painted on a wall but washed away. It was a jolt. Is all of this futile? Nothing sticks, nothing's changed. All of it washed away by the river of time. Fucking time travel. July 9th, 2008. Will. I've been in contact with Will every 6 months or so. Short exchanges just to get an update on his progress building the countermeasure. He's still at least 2 years away from completion, but he's now confident that he knows how the countermeasure will work. He told me the countermeasure will be able to reverse a fracture in time, but in order to do it, it must be activated early in the escalation of the fracture. Once the fracture runs its course, once the end of time is reached, he believes the countermeasure will be rendered ineffective. I asked him what it would mean if the end of time ever occurred. He said it would mean that the fracture was never stopped. It would mean that we failed. July 21st, 2008. Everything I had done has been for nothing. July 4th, 2010. Final entry. The day is here. Soon I'll receive word that William has completed the countermeasure. I'm sure of it. I've come to accept that this doesn't mean we will succeed. I've come to accept that my mission was a lie. But I'm not giving up. Lie or not, I've devoted my life to the cause. It gave me meaning. It's all I've ever known. Even if I've seen the proof that I won't succeed, I'm not giving up. I will dedicate every ounce of courage I have left to seeing this through. I'll retrieve the countermeasure. I'll keep it safe until 2016. I'll do everything in my power to activate it when time comes. I'll fail, but I'll fail knowing that I did everything in my power to save the world. For years I hoped that this would be the day when I would see Jack again. I've given up that hope. This mission started with me alone. That's how it will end. This will be my final entry. Hey, how's it going? Mission took a sideways skew, not going the way things expected. However, I think, okay, now this is just my spitballing, theorizing. if time-space has a speed, like the propagation of information across the time-space fabric, the fracture starts spreading out. So maybe it gets to the point where, like, yeah, the Earth is standing still, but other parts of the universe, but it'd be spreading at maybe like the speed of light. So we got to stop it early. But with the time travel stuff, if it's stopped, but Monarch has its little starter shelters, shouldn't there have been Monarch people? Like, Monarch has entire units of these things, right? Of the people with the vests and that can run through time. Why were there only 2 people that were moving around at the end of time? Right? Like those shifters, as they called them. Like, what brought them about? Because it seemed like the one doctor got turned. Is the shifters people too cranked up on Chronon and they're like stuck in the endless time? And so that's why they're hunting down those who can move in endless time. Also, maybe on the concept of like infinities, where there's like different sides of infinities. Yes, time stopped. So there's no time. So saying that how long it's been stopped is kind of meaningless. But at the same time, time for the people inside the nothing of time still had time progress for them as they tried to get time, like the time machine fixed and go back in time to prevent everything. So maybe when time stopped, there was a period of time, there's however long time was frozen, and then it was prevented and it never stopped. You know what I mean? Because if it stopped for a second and then restarted, it'd be like no time stopped. So it can be stopped for as long as you need, and then once you get time going again, it was never stopped. So maybe that's going to be the loophole they use to like pull everything together, and how we save the day. Or who knows, maybe this is a bleak game where we literally can't save the day. I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes. Oh, here's another little fracture in time. Let's view it. Let's view this wrinkle.
I can't do this anymore. Can't. I can't fucking do this.
Poor Beth. Taking it all on her own. Won't let me climb up? Nope. Alright, let's go find where this frozen bit of time is. Like it's right there. Alright. Maybe the only people that can actually manipulate the time are those like what's his name and Jack, Paul, because they're Chronon infused. Maybe that gives them the potential to manipulate time and actually change it because they have extra time in them. You know what I mean? That's how we're able to freeze time and mess with things and all that. Man, my nose is itchy. Stupid meds.
11 years.
It's a long time to be on your own, keeping yourself separate.
I'll unlock the door.
So where's Will? Where's the countermeasure?
The countermeasure's at Williams' workshop, where he built it.
Then that's where we go.
Yes. What was the plan?
Why didn't it grab it? There we go.
Just have to
I wonder why they would move the time machine, but he'd still work at the other shop. Okay, before I give up in this room, I gotta make sure there's not another Chronon. There's one more Chronon, so I want to make sure we don't miss it. Alright. Like, we know there's some variance on how the things are going down. I'm thinking maybe the increase, like, triggering of the event, like every loop where the miss equation or whatever, the wrongly set up one, triggers and causes fracture. Maybe it's making the fracture worse and worse in that loop, like that stream of the loop. And that's why, like, when we were just there, it's like, it's accelerated, right? Because he had that first initial one, which we were part of. But then he went forward in time, and then he came back, and then it happened again, so that's a second one as well, right? So that's like maybe why the first time it took this, like, here's the graph across years, the second time is like across years, it's like that much faster. Because it's like that hole keeps getting punched on every loop, accelerating the end of everything. Whoa, 1 second. It still seems to be pointing at something over here. Find the source of the gunshots. I did that. It was her. Why is it still saying find the source of the gunshots? There are no gunshots. I hope that's not like something glitching. I'm really digging this game. Here we go.
My supplies are upstairs. We'll need to get
That seems like a much more secure door than what was there when we were
so much
here.
you don't know that you never saw. I gave up on the idea that you would ever come.
1 second. We had a trigger event. We detected some Chronon. Is it upstairs? Where is it? Or I'm not getting any trigger now.
I need to know we're still in this together.
I told you once our fate is already laid out for us. I still believe that.
There. We got a trigger.
I'm just worried what that might mean.
It means we finish this.
Alright, that was all 3. Upgrades. Oh, we have 8 points available. So let's get max vision range. There we go. Leaves us 2. So in 2 more, we can get the next one.
You need gear? Take whatever you need. The rest of it's going in the river, along with everything else I brought here.
That's a little drastic.
My time here is done, Jack. I have to erase my presence. Let me know when you're ready to go.
That looks like...
Ready when you are, Jack.
Come on, give me the shot. Oh, I already have the shotgun, I bet. Yeah. Alright. Is there guns here we haven't even seen yet? So we got the light machine gun, the assault rifle, handgun, the carbine. That's right, carbine. Alright, I think I got the weapons I want.
Okay. The countermeasures at Will's workshop. We find it, then what?
You bring it back here, use the machine, and return to the future. Use it to stop the fracture. That was always the plan.
That is still the plan.
Yes.
Blindly sticking to a plan that seems to be unraveling doesn't seem like the best idea. Like, surely there could be like, okay, maybe if we try this one thing differently. Because isn't the whole thing like, no plan survives contact with the enemy or whatever?
You followed Paul to 1999. Why did he travel so far back?
To form Monarch. Prepare for what's coming.
You kept tabs on him.
And he's kept tabs on me.
Sounds like he tried. But in the future we saw he didn't really know who you were, or what was going on. Yeah, exactly. Make new plan, back up. 99, Monarch form, CEO never disclosed, lucrative investments, all based on serene future knowledge. 2000 of August 2000, Monarch spotted following William Joyce. Monarch's following William throughout Riverport, no longer safe to keep in direct communication. May 2001, Martin Hatch hired, first listing of Martin Hatch on employee chart, no detail available on Hatch prior to this. Sounds like he might have time travel-iness to him too. Plus he used to take those eye drops. I was thinking those are like Chronon eye drops. But we'll see. Alright. May 2002, Monarch patrolling workshop. Monarch spotted me near Williams' workshop. Barely escaped alive. Must avoid workshop area. 2003, Monarch on Fortune 500. Well positioned on Fortune 500. Investments have stopped. PR campaign begun. 2005, February. Spotted by Monarch. Monarch still searching for me. Must stay out of public eye from this point forward. March 2006, R&D facility commissioned. Gull Island. Must investigate further. October 2006, Martin Hatch promoted. Martin Hatch now designated Monarch spokesperson. Previous spokesperson found dead. Every promotion Hatch receives results from a trail of blood. 2008, Monarch Tower construction begins. 2009, December, Monarch investigated Will's workshop. Monarch personnel spotted covertly entering Will's workshop. They may know what we're up to. Monarch security cameras now surround workshop. Approaching area will alert Serene. March 2010, Monarch Chronon Tech delayed. Monarch Chronon Tech research under Dr. Kim not proceeding as planned. Not enough Chronon particles available. Ground Zero not present? Question mark. In 2010, Dr. Sophia Emerald recruited, hired as Chronon research scientist. All right, we got all the narrative bits. Full auto shotgun? We haven't seen that yet. I thought there might be guns here we hadn't seen. Advanced SMG. Can we shoot guns? We can't. Okay, I want to see. So the full auto shotty. Okay, not bad. All right. Right now I got the advanced submachine gun. It didn't even pull up. Did you see that? Like, here, let's go for the O and coffee. Holy shit. I like that gun. Like, there's the advanced submachine gun. I think we've seen this one before, though. A little bit more all over the place. The LMG we've definitely seen. Well, we can't have that one now. I used it all up. Full auto, or the carbine. That shoots fast. I wish we could actually zoom in with that. Okay, I like the gun I got. I like my submachine gun. Is there a handgun? There's an assault rifle. Tactical SMG. Semi-auto. Heavy pistol. Burst pistol. Alright. Oh, we need a better handgun than a normal handgun. Do we go burst pistol or do we go heavy? I'll go with burst, I think. All right, refill. Maybe I don't know. Heavy pistol. If we give him time, it resets perfectly with the heavy, but we do have to wait for it to reset. So it's not a rapid fire, but it hits like a mule. All right, ready?
I can't imagine what happened to you. When you entered that machine, I wanted to go after you, but I didn't know where Sophia sent you or how to find you.
You made it here. It's all that matters. You followed the plan.
Whatever happened to you, we'll change it.
Don't.
We can fix this.
Don't.
We can undo this.
You still don't get it. It can't be changed. No matter what we do, the pieces fall in all of the exact same places. I've tried. Over and over.
I can't just sit back and do nothing.
You have to let go. Jack. You have to let go. I've seen it. The end of time. That is where she sent me. I was there. I've been fighting this fight my entire life, and I saw us fail. I saw where this leads. I just don't know anymore. I don't know if we can win this thing.
Sure we can. The whole point of the game.
Then we'll die finding out.
Stupid hair. I need a haircut. Will's workshop? What if when we thought Will's dead, because we were saved by ourselves in the past, even though we didn't see ourselves then, but there was a report of 2 of us being Jack in that first mission. What if when the thing fell and the rock supposedly crushed Will, what if a second us that was there swoops in and grabs him, and so it looks like he's crushed, and then there's like, he's now alive doing another thing, maybe setting up another way to stop it. Maybe finding out that, you know what, with enough Chronon, one is this thing could jumpstart even after the end, or 2.
I don't know a fraction of the hell that
have
Beth
another
went
timeline.
through. What she experienced when she saw the end of time, how that changed her, like it changed Paul.
Can't wait to see how it
Followed by
goes.
11 years of living like a ghost. Beth I'd known had laser focus. This Beth, she had doubts.
You okay?
Yeah.
But the countermeasure, the one thing that could set things right, was waiting for us at Will's workshop.
There it is.
In 2010, Monarch didn't own the area yet. That came shortly after because of what happened with you. But we knew William was building something new in his workshop, and we knew it must be important. We were monitoring the place.
Yeah, Beth knew about your presence. She'd done spying on her own. We came over the rooftops to avoid detection.
Does Will know we're coming?
No, he doesn't.
Recognize the side that...
I can't believe we're stuck working on the 4th of July.
Hey, you don't have to do this. You wanted to take the extra shift.
I know.
This way, Jack.
What are you gonna do with the extra cash?
I'm gonna buy a tanning bed, and I'm gonna live in it.
What?
It's a reference. You wouldn't get it.
Movie references. Yay.
Let's go.
This job sucks. Listen to that party.
Who the hell turned out the...
Tossing stones in a pond.
Sorry.
Fight goddamn power outages this week. That's the last straw. I've had it.
We'll see the ramifications of us doing that in the movie. Or the episode, I should say, when we get to it.
From this point on, we may be in their sights. We need to be quick.
How far over is it? Oh, maybe right here. See, we've been sucking up all these Chronon. Can we not get it? Seriously?
Let's go.
That was too close. Perfect. So maybe this is like supercharging him so he can actually make a difference. And that's why he's the key and not her or anybody else. Him, because just like Paul Serene, he was there at the first event, got supercharged with Chronons from when the fracture started. And we've been going around sucking up more and more throughout the whole game.
Hey, Will?
He's not here. I made sure of that.
What? Why? He's the only one that knows how to use the countermeasure.
Which is why he needs to be kept safe. In case... things go bad.
Fine. We get the device, then you lead me to my brother.
Sure.
Now, where do we find this thing?
Will said he secured it inside a safe. Somewhere in the building.
All right, Will. Where'd you hide that safe? 11 years. Building this thing was his life for 11 years.
Yeah.
Handles all Chronon particles. Bolt-on handle. Quantum geometry match. This. All angles are okay. Alpha particle output sufficient. Chronon perimeter. Something should handle something. Something. It's hard to read his high handwriting. Combined with the Tesseract? Question mark? Oh, another video. Well, that's when he got...
It's April 2nd, 1999. It's been about a month since the incident. Since I was shot by the man from the future. Since Wilder. I've moved the machine. Hidden it. I wish I could destroy it, but, I made it tell me as little as possible. The more you know about what'll happen, the worse it'll be. We're all puppets. I can take that for as long as I can't tell the difference. I think she understood. Doesn't matter anyway. She told me the fracture is gonna happen because of what I did. It's... I have to fix it. I have to. I don't know how yet. I have to build a countermeasure of some kind. I know the theoretical mechanism of the field's collapse, but how to stop it?
Stop getting in the way, Beth.
It'll take years of research. I have no idea how to do this. How to pay for it. I don't know.
Oh, the house.
Wilder's from the future. And she came to me. I have to assume that I was successful, right? Why else would she come to me?
God damn it! You're asked for it,
He was
woman.
planning on giving it to you.
And it was stolen before I ever had the chance. Which means this is the only way it can play out.
This must be where he built it.
Will Will's Journal, June 7th, 2010. The countermeasure is near completion. I should be celebrating. I should be excited. 11 years of work is coming to an end. There's a weight on my mind. I can't shake it off. Jack came to see me. Found out that I sold our parents' house to continue funding my research. And understandably, he was furious. After all, the house was left to both of us. He doesn't understand the necessity of what I'm doing here. Talking turned to yelling. Yelling turned to pushing. He told me it wasn't mine to sell. Told me they were his parents too. He told me that it was a piece of shit. I was angry. I couldn't contain myself. And then I said it. I still don't believe the words came out of my mouth. I told him that it was his fault the car crashed. I told him that he was to blame for everything we'd been through. I knew it was the one thing that could truly hurt him, and I used it. I can justify my actions as a result of months of fatigue, frustration, and lack of sleep. It was wrong. I knew it was wrong as I said it. He just stood there devastated for what felt like minutes. I could see a wall building between us. He told me he's leaving this town. He's never coming back. That was 3 days ago. I haven't been able to reach him since. I can't sleep. I can't eat. I can't concentrate. I know the countermeasure will be finished soon, but that victory is a hollow one now. It's been 11 years building a device to save the world. The only thing that kept me going all this time was the fact that there was one person in this world that I needed to protect, no matter what the cost. I just lost them.
Hey, River Boy. I'm pretty sure you folks are having a better time than I am. Old Bobby's still stuck in the studio just a little while longer. Whereas all of you folks are out there enjoying what I hope are spectacular 4th of July parties. So set up some fireworks, eat a little too much, drink until every joke you hear is funny, and spend some time with your loved ones. Appreciate the good things in your life, you know? This country ain't perfect, but it's still pretty damn good, and it sure is worth celebrating. And I'm about done here myself, and I can't wait to get home, crack open a beer or 3, and kick back with the people I love most. We're gonna appreciate that this year's better than last year, and we've all got good things to look forward to. And isn't that what today's really all about? Being safe and free, not having to be afraid, knowing that we've made a future for ourselves, and that it's all gonna be all right. Yeah. Riverport, this is Bobby Radford signing off for tonight, and wishing all of you a happy Independence Day.
I wonder what the copyright, like the non-copyright free music or whatever, like the actual copyrighted music would have been. The story follows better than Watch Dogs. Then again, they were years apart to be developed. Yeah, but wasn't also Watch Dogs made by Ubisoft? This is made by Remedy. Already right there is worlds apart. Yoink. Alright, 66%. There's one more Chronon source and 2 more documents to find. How much points do we have? We have 4. I think I have everything. Oh, wait, no. Time shield could be increased. Stopping power could be increased. I think the time shield is longer. Oh, no, also larger radius. That's worth saving up for. Okay, what haven't we got? Oh, there's a little rip. There's a wrinkle.
There's some things you need to know. You're the only one who can stop it.
There's no theoretical groundwork. It could take even years to build.
And it will. You'll have to keep it a secret. Even from the ones you love. It's the only way to keep them safe. You witnessed one, didn't you? An echo.
Yeah. It was you.
A long time ago now.
Can she see the echoes too?
You'd been there before. Witnessed flashes through time. I assume pieces of that puzzle had come together since.
And some are yet to come.
Shit. Locked out again. Where was the failsafe switch? Follow the wire. Which one was it? Blue? Or was that the emergency shutdown? Oh, shit.
Yellow.
I knew I should have labeled the wiring.
I'm gonna go with yellow, because boards has been yellow.
Open sesame.
Every other time.
Emergency shutdown initiated.
Let's see here.
Ass. Fucking goddamn it. Yellow wire, I knew it.
Hold it.
The power setup wasn't working,
I built a goddamn
but it must have worked at some
I
point.
can't remember to keep a piece of shit.
Maybe I
door
can
locked.
rewind time to get this working.
The device wasn't there, but it must have been at one time.
There we go.
There's a locked door over here. Maybe the safe is inside.
Maybe.
Yeah. Try to find a way in.
It was all there on the board. The details of his downward spiral. His work consumed him. Became some kind of desperate obsession. He was never the same.
Call Jack on birthday. Apologize, Jack, for not calling on birthday. June 2nd, don't forget. Don't forget what? Thanksgiving, remember. Pay electricity bill. Get electricity turned back on. Jack's birthday is June 2nd. Buy groceries. Give Beth update on status. Erase this, June 2nd. Apologize to Jack again. GMDR. What does this note mean? Buy whiteboard eraser. Meet with bank for loan. Shower first. Shower. Oh, GMDR.
You need to find a way inside this room. Maybe there's a key.
Will is too scatterbrained to remember a key. My guess is there's an electronic lock in the most irrational place imaginable.
Hey, I did it. Door's unlocked.
Yeah, I know that did it. That's why I did what I did.
Come take a look at this.
No. Not yet, anyway. Time machine designs. Maybe we shouldn't leave blueprints for a time machine. Also, where's the reference to a flux capacitor somewhere, even as a joke? Like, come on, people. It writes itself, I tells you. Okay, we got all the narratives. Did we get all the chronons too? No, there's still one more chronon. Going up. Oh, we can't go up yet. We detected the chronon when we were on the other side, didn't? Like down at the where we turned the power back on. Can we go up? Oh, we can. Where's the chronon thing? Behind us. Right there. Found it. Yoink. $100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. Oh, shit. 90 some odd percent. And it's a chronon source? No! $0%. There's a media device I missed. 100%, 100%. I've missed one chronon source. What if the true ending is only possible if you have 100% chronon? Because that's the only way you're like the saturated energy to actually save time. I don't know. I'm completely blind to this. I like going into games without knowing pretty much anything, ideally, except for like the main premise.
He didn't leave the code, but I can crack it. I just need some time to...
Somebody's here.
It's Monarch. I knew it. I knew they'd find us.
I'll take care of it. Just get that safe open, stay inside.
Yeah. Okay.
Remember, I got super time powers.
You'd been spotted the moment you arrived. You never had a chance. You were on a suicide mission.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna lie down and just give up without a fight. Not then, not ever.
What are you gonna do?
This is Trojan 1 approaching workshop perimeter. Over.
Remember, orders are to take her alive. Monarch Actual's en route.
Roger.
Stop right there. Where's the girl?
Hey, hold on. Take it easy.
He's got a gun. Open fire! What the fuck was that? Shoot it!
I like this gun.
Get around him! Landing on target!
Motherfucker! We got a situation.
What's the sit rep?
She got backup. I don't know what he is.
Orders are to keep the mission quiet, tidy. We can't afford unwanted attention.
He's fucking tearing us apart!
I'm on my way.
If that's the case, that means Paul knew we'd be supercharged like him and fighting him the whole time. Punch him. Boom! Slapped him before I even got there. That's how fast we were running. That was too high.
Got a visual! Firing! Oh my god!
Providing sniper cover.
Finally got that sniper. I think I was too far the last times I was shooting at him. I get that he had a helmet on, but that was in the face.
Flank him! No! No! Keep shooting!
Need to refill my ammo before Paul gets here. And probably puts his own time whammy on us. Somehow his powers seem to trump ours.
Get out of my way!
Here we are again. Exactly where we left off years ago.
Paul.
Hand it over.
I said!
Just hit him.
Give me the device. Come with me. We can survive this together.
You know it can't be stopped. I can see it in your eyes. You know this.
What if you're wrong?
We're already time running. We should have just went right into him full speed and whammied him.
We failed. We created Ground Zero. Caused everything to happen how it always did. Every piece falling into place.
Except one. The blast sent you through time. Brought you back to 2016. The same exact time from which you left. Something anchored you there.
I think it's because he
We need to
shielded
know
himself.
How you did this.
You think I wanted to come back? I was pulled away. Everything I came for was still back there. Left behind.
That's why it had to be him. Like, they've accepted that time is set and it can't be changed. I think it's him not accepting it and his constant will to fight it and refusal. Like, that's probably what's giving him the ability to change it. He's
Beth.
not accepting.
Come on, move. Beth, get up. Beth, come on, get up. Please, Beth. Beth, you need to move, okay? Yeah, that's it. Get the gun. Come on, Beth, move. Come on, please. Beth, move! Paul, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't!
I'm not wrong.
You can't.
No! No!
Serene had the countermeasure the whole time. I had to get it back.
A rash
Been drained.
decision. You claim Beth Wilder's death had no impact on your behavior, but...
Like I said, I barely knew her.
So, what you did next?
Got a bit of an
It
Angel
wasn't
Halo thing going
personal?
on in that last shot.
No.
We go kill him. Yeah, it looks like a man that's pissed. Seems like that Paul didn't see us there as Jack, despite him being like shielding and going down. Right, this is so good. I love this game.